Hi guys, sorry I couldn't be there today. I really wanted to make sure you warmed up for the formative that you're going to take in a little bit. So I want the sub to pause the video and you guys are going to try these first two problems on your own. And then when you all are ready, the sub can play the video and you will see how I worked it out. So on this first problem, we know that the distance to the center is the same for both of those. Those green distances are the same. So that means that these chords from S to T and from V to U, those have to be the same distance. So if those are the same distance, then all we have to do is set these two expressions equal to each other. So I'm going to have 6x minus 5 equals 13 plus 4x. So we're going to solve. I'm going to subtract the 4x. That's going to give me 2x. And then I'm going to add the 5. That gives me 2x equals 18. And then I'm going to divide by the 2. So you should have gotten x equals 9. So make sure you've got that. If you need to pause and talk about that for a little bit to make sure you are understanding that, then please do so. For number 2, this one is a little different. Here we have the diameter is acting as a perpendicular bisector. So that means it's perpendicular and it's bisecting this chord. So this part of the chord is congruent to this part of the chord. So when we set up our equation, we're just going to say 9x minus 3 equals 7x plus 5. And then you solve. So subtract the 7x. You get 2x minus 3. Then add the 3, which gives you 2x equals 8. And then finally divide by 2. And you get x equals 4. So you should have gotten on number 2, x equals 4. Now I'm going to show you 2 more kinds of problems just to give you a variety to review. So pause the video now and try these on your own. And then when you all are ready, please unpause the video and you'll see how I worked them out. So on this first one on the left, we're trying to find the measure of arc ACB. So if I trace that out, if I trace the arc from A to C to B, we're talking about this. And since we're talking about measure, we're talking about degrees. Now, what might be a little more confusing about this one is they don't really say any degrees. The only thing they say is this box. So remember, that means it's a 90-degree angle. And this is a central angle, right? So that angle vertex, the pointy part, is at the middle there, the center. So if the center is 90 degrees, then this blue arc from A to B has to be 90 degrees as well. Remember, those are the same. So if I wanted to find the red part, then I want to find the rest of the circle, everything except the 90 degrees. So remember, how many degrees are in a circle? That's 360. So we're going to take 360 and subtract to 90 degrees. So the red part should be 270 degrees. Now in the second one, you had to find the measure of EF. So that's arc EF. How many degrees is that? And the information that they gave us in degrees was that from E to D, that's 125. Now the other thing they told us is that this chord is 5 and this chord is 5. So those are congruent chords, which means that these arcs that the chords cut off, those intercepted arcs, the blue arc here and then from D to F, that would also be the same. So if I know those are the same, then I know this is 125 degrees. So again, I want to find everything except the blue stuff. I want to find the green stuff. All right, so if I add 125 and 125, that's going to give me 250 degrees. Now that's the blue arc, the big blue arc, if we add those arcs together. So to get the green arc, I'm going to take the whole circle, 360, and subtract my 250 degrees. So if I do that, I get 110 degrees. So the measure of EF is 110 degrees. So hopefully this was a good review before you take your formative. And remember, when you take your formative, it's only just to see where we are. So make sure you're doing your own work. You're not looking at anyone else. Remember, that won't do you any good. These formatives help me know where we need to spend more time reviewing and where we don't. So make sure you're doing your honest and best work. And when you are finished with those, you're going to be doing waves. And the sub will tell you what those assignments are. All right, good luck. Have fun, everyone.